What is up, everyone? Welcome in from YouTube. My name is Ben Werney, and I am one of the Lords of Limited. You're watching a Lords of Limited Showdown video here. My co-host, partner in crime for our podcast, Lord Tupperware, is seated 2 seats away from me, and what this draft video is we both join the same pod. We're going to draft our decks, and then we are going to battle them against each other in the friendly queues. So, fasten your seatbelts and enjoy the ride. Pack one, pick one here. We got a pretty interesting decision between Protean Thaumaturge. I think it's better than Shatter the Sky. And then are there any commons or uncommons that are in contention with that? I don't think so. I think this is better than all of... Actually, that's not true. I would take Pharika Spawn over this, and probably Elspeth's Nightmare as well. Partially due to a preference for black, but I think this is better than all the cards in this pack. So we're going to take our rare here. Passing some white, passing some blue, and no red cards in the pack, interestingly. And I have not been having much success with blue in the format, so we are either going to figure out how to draft blue, or we are going to be rapidly abandoning this. One of the two. So, in this pack, there's not a lot going on. There's, I think, Renata as a clear best card. You see I highlighted that right off the bat. And other than that, there's nothing else that really even stands out here as a top common. So I think a pretty clear Renata here. We're not really sending any signals whatsoever to our neighbor with a rare missing and us taking an uncommon. So shipping that along to whoever Ramekin is. And we're going to add that to our pile. Alright, so this pack is not great. Once upon a time, I had Daybreak Chimera as the second white common. That is no longer the case for me. I think you want to get past this card after you're already in heavy white. That being said, there's no real clear direction in this pack for us. So the best card in the pack probably still is that Daybreak Chimera or something like Underworld Charger. There's not a clear signal here for us to do anything other than what they're doing. Thirst for Meaning is fine in a blue-green Constellation deck, but I think I'm just going to take this Temple of Plenty. It would open up splashing something like Dreadful Apathy or, you know, a Sunmane Pegasus if we needed a flyer or something like that. Maybe a Banishing Light. But I don't think I'm going to miss the Thirst, and like I said, I'm not in love with the idea of drafting blue, so just picking up a nice scry land here that's going to make my deck slightly better feels pretty good. Okay, so this pack is interesting, and this is where this format gets pretty difficult, in my opinion. So there's lots of different directions we could go down here, like we're blue or green or whatever, but there's a lot of cards of medium power level here, and I'm not sure what the right thing to do is. So the best card in the pack, I think, is Blight Breath Catoblepas. But everyone also knows that black is the best and deepest color, so it's not necessarily a signal here. There's some... If we had picked Daybreak Chimera last pack, we would feel a lot better about Hero of the Pride Heliod's Pilgrim here. I think I want to still take Hero of the Pride. No, I'm going to take Heliod's Pilgrim. I think it's a more powerful, flexible card than Hero of the Pride and goes better in some sort of a Bant deck. And I think you could make a case there for taking the 5/3, the Nylea's Forerunner, but ultimately I don't think it's good enough to take over the Heliod's Pilgrim there. And now this is interesting. So the Blight Breath Catoblepas was a red flag. Does not appear that we've been getting past much black. So we could stick with blue and green. Excuse me. I'll try to mute if I cough again. You can hear I'm still getting over being sick a little bit. We can stick with blue and green again, or I think I'm leaning towards taking Hero of the Pride here, or honestly Traveler's Amulet. I really want to try to draft this multicolor Traveler's Amulet nonsense deck that I've been reading a lot about in our Discord. I haven't had a chance to actually do it yet. But the fact that there's all these good red and white cards makes me feel like those colors are... Oh, that's so sad. I feel like those colors are open. So we're going to take a Witness of Tomorrows here. It appears that blue and white are flowing a little bit. Green was flowing there for a while. We could have taken the Forerunner and gotten ourselves a little deeper into green. This Witness here is a fine time to pick it up. Nothing super exciting. We could also ignore all this blue nonsense and take Traveler's Amulet here. And normally I would be taking Deny the Divine over Witness, but with the Protean Thaumaturge, this is exactly what you want. Getting a hasty flying 3/4 out of your Protean Thaumaturge is a pretty good deal. So we're going to take a Witness here. Excuse me for 1 second here, I'm going to blow my nose. So this is sort of an interesting pick here, I think, between Pious Wayfarer and Nylea's Forerunner. I like the Wayfarer enough, and white's been flowing enough that I'm going to take the Wayfarer here and look to draft some sort of a blue-white constellation deck. But I could see taking Forerunner as well. And now we're going to take our first copy of Deny the Divine, I think, over Nyxborn Courser, and maybe just put this Renata in the sideboard. We could also take Skull of Grove Dancer. It's close. I'm not sure what the right thing to do is. Blue has not been my favorite, but we have the Heliod's Pilgrim if we get a Staggering Insight or whatever. It also worries me a little bit because we passed a lot of blue and white in pack 1, so if we're getting cut in pack 2, like, this color pair is not strong enough to be fighting over. I'm going to take... Oh, that was a panic pick there. Alright, so we've got options to be white-blue or white-green or any combination of Bant at the moment, which is not a bad place to be. This Soul Reaper wheeling is surprising to me. Maybe it means people are not interested in fighting over black at the table. I don't think there was a world where we're black in our seat in pack 1, because even if we take that Bleepus, we didn't see any other relevant black cards here until the Soul Reaper. Pretty clear Naiad there for me. I think we're going to take Setessan Training now. That goes well in the blue-green version of the Constellation deck. And so we've got options open to us. Maybe we could have committed hard one direction or another, but we've got some flexibility right now. And we've got the makings of a deck. We need to pick up some removal, certainly, and some better auras. None of this matters. Take a Chain of Memory here. Nyxborn Colossus, I think, is a fine pickup for that blue-green deck. 6/7 is very large in the format. It's a late Underworld Ragehound. Take a foil Forest. And on to pack 2. Okay, so this is interesting here. Excuse me. We could either take, like, Eat to Extinction on the splash. I don't think I'm leaning towards that. This pack is stacked with some black, so whoever cut that is going to be handsomely rewarded here in pack 3. For me, it's between Nessian Hornbeetle and Omen of the Sea. Nessian Hornbeetle's the best card here. I think there's a world where we could take Omen of the Sea as well. I think we just take Hornbeetle. We also could still be green-white, I suppose, but I think Hornbeetle's enough better than Omen of the Sea. Omen of the Sea is so good, though. I don't think it's quite as good as Hornbeetle, and our green got a lot better there with that late... Like, Nyxborn Colossus does very much go in this blue-green deck. We got the late Skull of Grove Dancer there with my panic pick. So I think I'm kind of into horn beetling and looking to pick up some large green monsters. Alright, nothing particularly pushing us in one direction or another here. We could take an Elysian Caryatid. Blue-green is certainly the best home for that card. I'm a little leery of that card after drafting it pretty highly and not having much success with it early in the format. I kind of almost want Brine Giant over it. Some decks of 5/6 is just really hard to deal with, and this blue-green deck just really wants to be threat dense, I think. So right now, I think I'm leaning towards our deck looking like this. And seeing where we go. So let's get Brine Giant in here. Warbriar's Blessing is perfect. That's one of the best cards for blue-green. It's going to be an aura that triggers Constellation and gives you some removal. So it's a very welcome pickup here, and feeling good about our decision to hedge towards blue-green. So Warbriar Blessing here, pretty quickly snapping that off. Rare and an uncommon missing, so not too much about knowing whether this pack's going to go well or not for us yet. Yikes. That hurts. I mean, but not unexpected. So we could take that and try to splash it. It is an enchantment. If we got something like... No, there's not really any combos with it in blue-green. Could take a Relentless Pursuit here. We have no escape yet, so that's not particularly exciting. Honestly, I think I want Clothy's Design. These blue-green decks just want a lot of bodies on the board, and if we get another shot at taking a Nylea's Forerunner, which I assume we will over the course of the draft, if not, we will really regret our Temple of Plenty pick. But I think I like that more than Vexing Gull here. This doesn't particularly shine in this deck. Alright, and now we're seeing the white again. So there's a Pious Wayfarer here, a Riptide Turtle, a Caryatid, and a Transcendent Envoy. Some good black, some good red. And I think not unexpected this pack was going to be a little bumpy for us. So we could take the Caryatid. We could take a Pious Wayfarer. Honestly, Pious Wayfarer is looking pretty good in our white-green version of the deck as well. We don't have anything specifically pulling us towards blue, and I don't love the Caryatid. So I think I'm going to take Pious Wayfarer here and continue to keep white as an option. Oh, baby. Alright, I think that's going to shove me towards white-green. So another Pious Wayfarer, which is nice as well. But all of this is looking pretty sweet. No dreadful apathies or anything like that, but if we're thinking about Pious Wayfarer as the second best common, which I do think it is, then our deck's not looking too shabby. The Nyxborn Colossus is a lot more out of place in this version, but we just haven't seen cards for the blue-green deck these last couple picks. Let's take a Bronze-Eyed Lion here. Now we could take an Omen of the Sun, or a Gift of Strength, or an Altar of the Pantheon. I don't love any of those options. Also worth noting that like these are splashable if we wanted to. I don't think we really want to, but could do that. And Omen of the Sun here, I think is the pick for me over Gift of Strength. This Constellation goes well with our Pious Wayfarers. Goes wide with Clothy's Design if we choose to keep that in the deck. Rumbling Sentry has not been embarrassing stats. It does not go well in what our deck wants to do, but I think is the pick here for me over Moss Viper. Alright, Wheeling Hero of the Pride and Transcendent Envoy. Which of these does our deck want more? We don't really have auras that we care about making cheaper, so I think we just want the Hero of the Pride, but honestly we need some more cards like Setessan Training and Warbriar Blessing if we're really going to make this work. Gallia, Wheeling. We're going to take another Nyxborn Colossus here. Glory Bear is a fine pickup. That's liable to make the cut. Since we've waffled around and we're not quite there on playables. Ooh, that is so good. Alright. Wow. People don't know. So right now in Lords of the Limited, we're rating this as the second best white common. Very closely with Hero of the Pride, Heliod's Pilgrim, but this is, getting that second to last feels so disgusting. Alright, and opening Tyrannica, our deck just got way, 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 way better. All right, I actually managed to mute that time before I coughed in your all's ears. So there's a chance we wheel Daybreak Chimera here, because somebody's going to take this Dreadful Apathy over it. Nessian Wanderer, if it came back, we would play, but not the most exciting card in green-white. So let's get Tyrannica in here and looking to crush some people with this deck. We are aggressive, so that's a very good Freaka spawn here, but it's a real cost to splash that, and pretty off-plan for our deck. And Dreadful Apathy is exactly what we want. This Heliod's Pilgrim is now kind of a second copy of Dreadful Apathy, or Warbriar's Blessing, whichever. There's a chance we wheel something very good out of this pack with the Alseid, the Skull Grove Dancer, and the Setessan Training, so all that looking good for the home team. Let's get Dreadful Apathy in here. Second Heliod's Pilgrim is great. Taking that over Mystic Repeal. Again, that's going to give us second copies of Apathy and Warbriar Blessing, and hoping to pick up like one more aura that we really care about. And in a pinch, we can always go get Setessan Training if we need to. And then also like a body. I think Colossus design is not looking great right now. Maybe if we put the second Nyxborn Colossus in, it'd be okay. And we're done. So I think we take Revoke Existence here. I think that's better than Return to Nature. There would have been a point in time where I just said Return to Nature was better, because instant speed, you could get something out of the graveyard. But honestly, I just want to be able to deal with a god. So let's get Revoke Existence in here. Also, this doesn't put something in your opponent's graveyard to begin with to help fuel their escape and things like that, so it's kind of anti-escape in that way as well. So let's get Revoke here. Chimera is a very nice pickup as our first card that will let us use the graveyard as a resource. Would be really on the lookout for a late Sentinel's Eyes. We've not seen one all draft, I don't think. Some black moving along here, a late Witness, but I feel good about our decision to move into green-white, so no regret there. Dawn of Angel's a nice pickup. We're not making the best use of it without a Sentinel's Eyes, but seems fine. Let's get Dawn of Angel in. Weird that we moved into green and now we're not seeing it at all this pack. Also, this Nessian Hornbeetle is pretty lame in this deck. Might be able to pump some things up with Pious Wayfarer triggers pre-combat. Alright, so we could take a Hero of the Winds, a Hyrax Tower Scout, or a Rumbling Sentry. None of that sounds good to me. I think I just want a Hyrax Tower Scout as hashtag stats. Would really like something like a Cobbled Wings in this deck, just to give us some evasion, because we are a pretty derpy deck on face value. So this is interesting between Hero of the Pride and Indomitable Will. We have all these heroes, but we don't have a lot of ways to target them. We really only have Training, Blessing, and Apathy. I still think what's the pick here over Unicorn? Honestly, maybe Unicorn's the pick. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Unicorn here over the Hero. And I don't think I want an Indomitable Will. Maybe I do want actually, I do want Indomitable Will. Triggers the Wayfarers. It gives us ways to push creatures through that are pretty derpy. Gives us a way to get a 3-powered thing up to a 4-powered thing for Hornbeetle. Nothing matters here. We'll take a Birth for the sideboard. Glory Bears might make the cut. Take a Rat for the board. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Take a Bronze Sword. Alright. Didn't wheel... What was it that we wanted to wheel out of that first pack with the Apathy? I can't remember. But we didn't wheel whatever it was because I was not excited on the wheel. Alright, we drafted a fine deck here in what I think was a tough seat. We ended up in what's probably the worst archetype. And honestly, I think we cut these two things, and this is the deck. And then we're just really trying to curve out and beat down. We've got some removal. We've got some dudes with power and toughness. That's good enough to get there in this format, especially if people are derping around and they don't have a lot of O5 turtles. And I think if we felt like the board was going to stall out as a sideboard plan, we can get Clothy's Design and maybe these Nyxborn Colossi in here. But I think this is a 17 land deck. The other thing we could do is run Birth as a 16th land, or pseudo 17th land, and a Constellation trigger for the 3 Pious Wayfarers. And is there anything else that cares about enchantments entering the battlefield? No, right? No. This cares about things being enchanted. I don't think that's probably worth it. So let's just get Temple of Plenty in here. 8/8, I think. 10/6 seems aggressive to me. Maybe we do this. Then we're 10/8. It'd either be 10/8 or 9/9. I really would like to play Tyrannicon Curve, and we've got the 1-drops. 10/8 sounds fine to me. All right, so save that, and we will see you on the other side to challenge Ethan in the queues.
Hey folks, welcome to my portion of the draft here. I am 2 seats to Ben's left. And unfortunately, we ran into a little technical difficulty here when I was recording the video, so we're going to be doing it, taking a look at the draft log here, and then I've got some screenshots to check in on the packs in between each pack here. So we'll hopefully have it pieced together here pretty nicely for you. So pack 1, pick 1, pretty easy Tectonic Giant, in my opinion. This card I think is better than all the commons and uncommons. Beyond that, great black cards, Elspeth's Nightmare, then Final Death, and then past those, maybe Omen of the Sea, but not a very strong pack. It's nice that we're not passing very much red, right? Irreverent Revelers is the only red card here, and that is probably not going to send anyone into red. So we do end up grabbing Tectonic Giant here. Moving on to pack 1, pick 2. Again, this is a pretty straightforward pick in my opinion. The rare is missing, but Banishing Light is the best white uncommon, and I think the best uncommon among these here. But we are passing some white in Commanding Presence and Staggering Insight. There's a Bleeps and a Hierophant. And again, the best red card and only red card in the pack is Oracle, which is a card that I like quite a bit, but is really not going to be something that I think is going to send someone into red. So we're still not sending a red signal here. So going to grab Banishing Light here and move on to pack 1, pick 3. Again, this is a tough pick for me, so no red cards to speak of. Now, if we wanted a white card, I don't love Shatter the Sky, but I'm coming around to it a little bit more with seeing some folks have success with Wraths in Limited on Twitter. But again, it's not a card that I want to take here. And similarly, Daybreak Chimera has gone down for me quite a bit. It's not a card that I'm excited about. It's not in my top 3 white commons. It's a card that once I'm in a heavy white deck, I'm happy to pick up, but it doesn't make me want to draft a heavy white deck like it used to, because I think it just skews the mana requirements, and trying to get the devotion reduction here all adds up to a card that I think is actually quite restrictive to what you're trying to do. With some white decks. So I elected not to take it here and just to grab what I thought was the best card in the pack in a vacuum, which was Illyrios Enraptured. So red card into white card into blue card. Not really where you want to be at here in this format. And then there's this pack. Pack 1, pick 4. So no white cards, right? The blue cards are like maybe you want one in a deck to this card doesn't really exist. Red card is not something I want to take here. So we're just going to have to take another colored card here, which is not where you want to be. And there's a ton of green cards that are like all fine. Probably Forerunner is the best of the bunch, but again, it's a card that is a 5-drop and is something that I think you basically only want one of in decks. Sometimes you want two. I thought about Omen of the Hunt for a second as like maybe, I've got 3 cards of 3 different colors. Maybe I end up in a splash deck, grab some Omens, some Caryatids, some Traveler's Amulets, but I eventually landed on Wolf Willowhaven here as the card that I thought was the best of the green cards, but I think that's more my deal than it is the rest of the community's feeling. I don't think Wolf Willowhaven is thought of as highly by most people as I do. So I did grab this here though, and moved on to pack 1, pick 5. This, I did get some, I'm basically ignoring all the black cards at this point. Haven't really seen much blacks since we passed some very good black, so I think that's off the menu. For me, it's here between Final Flare and Thirst for Meaning. Red hasn't really been flowing. I think you do need some stuff to make Final Flare better, so I elected to just take the Thirst for Meaning here to go with our Illyrios and pass up on the Flare. I think Thirst for Meaning is quite good. Moving on to pack 1, pick 6. We're seeing, again, some green cards. They're not great. Like Forerunner's still the best of the bunch here over Colossus and Intervention and Plummet. And then of the white cards, we've got 2 heroes. And I think Hero of the Pride is definitely better than Hero of the Winds. Pairs with our Banishing Light. So at this point, I'm like, well, maybe we have to abandon the Tectonic Giant. Maybe we're going to go blue-white. Let's see what happens. And then this pack shows me, well, another Wolf Willow Haven, but I don't think... We are seeing some green cards, but I don't actually think that Haven or Return to Nature are necessarily green signals. And Tectonic Giant is the best card in our pile. I would like to play it if at all possible. And I think Incendiary Oracle, and to a lesser extent Underworld Ragehound, going 7th feels like a bit of a signal. So I grabbed the Oracle here, and now I've got, 2 red cards, 2 blue cards, 2 white cards. Not the best situation to be in. So here, because I did have the split of 2 red, 2 white, 2 blue, got at least a splashable card in Banishing Light. I don't know about splashable cards in red or blue at the moment, but I did end up grabbing the Amulet for that reason. Amulet's also good, as we've talked about many times. As soon as you've got 1 escape card in your pile, Amulet's great. Even in just a 2-color deck, you can basically replace your last land with it 1 for 1, and it's gonna go find a land, and then it'll be a third or a quarter of your escape card. So it's really more like a maybe a 1.3 for 1 or something like that, 1.25 for 1. But I definitely could see an argument for Deny the Divine, but I was feeling really scared about committing to any color here based on what was happening. I wasn't really sure where I was supposed to be at. As suspected, Irreverent Revelers did wheel, but again, this is not a card that I want, and think green is probably off the menu here, so it's a question between like Stern Dismissal, Shoal Kraken, or Envoy, and I think the best of those cards is Envoy if we get there with the heroic deck, so I did pick that up here. Now, this is pretty huge. Incendiary Oracle was the only red card in our second pack, and it's good, and it wheeled, so I definitely grabbed that. Now we've got 2 Oracles and the Tech Giant, and I'd like to stay with red if at all possible. Pack 1, pick 11. We've been talking about Sleep of the Dead for a little bit, and I do think blue-red is probably the home that it's best in, and because 1, you don't have a lot of escape options in blue-red, and 2, that deck wants to be a tempo deck, and if you get like Thrills or Thirsts, you can pitch the Sleep of the Dead, so it never really costs you a card in your hand. So all of that made me go, I'm going to take that here over the 2-drop in Towering Wave Mystic. Moving on to pack 1, pick 12. Here, I think I picked up the Trickster. Yeah, this is just not a card that I'm excited about, so grabbed the Trickster. And at this point, it did feel like red was the color with the Oracles going late. Felt like red was the color I really wanted to be, and then I'd figure the rest out later. We have Revelers versus Satyr's Cunning versus Sword. Take Revelers for the sideboard. And a Stern Dismissal last. Pretty nice nod to being blue-red. So here we are with what we've got. Just so you have a visual of where we're at. Cards that I felt like were going to make the deck at the moment. The Dismissal, Sleep of the Dead, Amulet, Double Oracle, Illyrios, Thirst, Tech Giant, and then some other stuff on the sidelines. Could think about splashing Banishing Light as well. All right, moving on to pack 1, or pack 2, pick 1. Well, that's a pretty easy Shadow Spear right there. One of the best rares in the set. Colorless, gonna make our deck no matter what. And thank God it's here, because none of these other cards are good. I mean, Dreamshaper Shaman can be good if you end up with like Omens or Iroas's Blessings or some expendable stuff. I don't mind this as a curve topper in red decks, but nothing else here is aggressive. And I think if we're red, we want to be aggressive, and if we're blue-red especially, we want to be aggressive. So Turtle and Seaguard sort of are out at that point. Pack 2, pick 2. We're just going to let this black pass us by. Stinging Lionfish versus Vexing Gull versus Final Flare. Again, what I've talked about with Final Flare is like it's good, and we don't have a lot of removal, but Flare, again, you need expendable stuff, and your creature count in blue-red is generally not going to be at its highest. So between the Lionfish and the Gull, I just went for curve considerations and sort of with like synergy considerations that like I think having some stuff that cares about casting things on your opponent's turn is going to be better than having the stuff. I think it's harder to pick up 2-drops in blue-red, so grabbed the Lionfish there. Pretty sad pick 3 here. Only options for us are Hero of the Games versus Witness. More black passing us by. A little bit of white, but it feels like at this point we're probably solidified into blue-red. So I grabbed Witness. I think it's fine in blue-red, but not my favorite card for sure. But definitely the pickup out of this pack. More yikes here. Pack 2, pick 4, another Flare, a Shaman, and a Riptide Turtle. I'm actually not sure what I took here. I think I took the Shaman, yeah. Again, thinking about, I don't know if I can play Final Flares when I don't have the expendable stuff for it. Like maybe you can just play one, period. I also think Thundering Chariot is an interesting include at this point, but I think our 4-drop slot is probably going to be easily filled in blue-red, so we don't need to put a card like this in here. And I thought that the Dream Shaper Shaman from our first or second pack wasn't going to wheel, so I picked it up here. A fine time to grab a Deny the Divine, but I'm not feeling good at this point. We, beyond a couple of the early good picks like the Shadow Spear and the Lionfish, we haven't seen a lot of good stuff. But Deny the Divine pairs well with some things that Blue-Red is trying to do. And then again, a number of options here, but not any good options. And at this point, I thought, well, if I'm going to be a beatdown tempo deck, a 4-mana 4/4 isn't the worst. We already had a Trickster. Blood Aspirant is not a card that I like in blue-red because, again, if I don't like Final Flare, I'm not going to like this. We don't have any incidental sacrifice effects or outlets or whatever that are going to grow this on their own. No omens to speak of, so I went with the 4-mana 4/4. I was excited, actually. Well, I wasn't excited to see Final Death and Hero of the Pride going so late, but I was excited to see a Thrill of Possibility. This is a card that we just talked about on the podcast as being like at its best here because of Escape. Now, my only Escape card at the moment is Sleep of the Dead, but still, I think it's a 2-mana thing that plays well with our Lionfish, and maybe if we get any other payoffs at instant speed, it's just going to pair well with passing the turn with a Deny the Divine up, a Vexing Gull if we get there, so happy to grab the Thrill. Another instant speed spell in Aspect of Manticore at this point. Stampede Rider, not a card that I like very much outside of red-green, and even in red-green, I don't like it all that much. And hey, we did wheel a Dream Shaper Shaman. I really debated a long time on this pick because I was like, well, I've got Shadow Spear, so maybe Brute is better. Maybe I would side this in sometimes. Like, I just couldn't I was like, there's no way I'm going to play 2 Dream Shaper Shamans, almost certainly, but I just couldn't bring myself to pick this over the Shaman, so I did take Shaman number 2. And now I do have the opportunity to pick up a Final Flare, an opportunity to pick up a Hero of the Games, even though our only way to target it is Aspect of Manticore, another Final Flare, and then, I mean, it feels pretty good, red being so open, like, definitely feels like we navigated our seat pretty well in that respect. So then at the end of pack 2, here's where we're at in terms of cards I was considering main decking and cards I was considering on the sidelines. But pretty good, you can see 28 and 12, so 16 playables that I'm considering, so a little bit above average, and then certainly other cards that we could play. You see the 2 Final Flares on the sidelines right now, Flummox, Cyclops, Blood Aspirant. We have other options we can play, but I would hope to shore up. A, I would hope to get some removal, and B, I would hope to get some more 2s, so this could really be an aggressive deck, but feels like we've solidified ourselves into blue-red. Moving on to pack 3, pick 1. Huge yikes here, like the yikesiest of yikes. Freakus Spawn, the best card in the pack, but for us, Turtle's out, not aggressive. Shoal Kraken's out, not aggressive. This card is medium, so I landed on the War Leader, but this is not the card you want to be taking. Pack 1, pick 1, or pack 3, pick 1 in this format, but I did end up just having to grab it here. Moving on to pack 3, pick 2. Glory, glory, hallelujah. We get past a Phoenix of Ash, which feels great. We'd be happy with a Dreamstalker Manticore. We'd honestly be happy with a Vexing Gull, but I doubt that those cards wheel for us. But Phoenix is a huge pickup. It's going to make any future cards like Thrill of Possibility or Thirst for Meaning be great for us because they're going to dig us towards this card and add fuel to our graveyard to escape it. We had a bit of an argument on the podcast this week about Scophos Maze Warden, so I took that here so I could try and, really give it to Ben with this card in my deck. Again, I don't need a second Aspect. I don't need a Stampede Rider and Elite Instructor. Yeah, sure, it puts like a third of a Phoenix in the graveyard, but again, this is all filler, and the blue-red deck has a real problem getting clogged at the 3-drop slot. All right, pack 3, pick 4. Pretty happy to see a Vexing Gull. Yeah, Memory Drain, not my favorite, especially without a Naiad of the Hidden Coves, but I would play another Thrill of Possibility. I'd probably play a few Thrill of Possibilities, honestly. Acolyte of Affliction is the best card in the pack, but that's going to pass us by here. Medium goodies here for us. I'm going to grab the Thrill of Possibility number 2, especially, as I said, with the Phoenix. That's an effect that I like. I don't need more top end. I have plenty of expensive derps in my sideboard right now that I could slot in that are, similar to the War Leader. That's like the 4th Dream Shaper Shaman we've seen in this pack. And again, these are all like medium cards for us. We've got a bit of a I can do stuff at instant speed thing going on. So Whirlwind Denial's okay to slot into that deck over the rest of these filler blue-red cards. And this is a nice pickup. Omen of the Forge is huge. It may enable us to play a Final Flare. It gives us a little bit of interaction, something to do at instant speed with all of our other instant speed spells, and we just don't need the Witness, though. I would have been fine with picking it up here, but really happy to see Omen of the Forge. And this is great. I could take a red-green Temple, but another Vexing Gull? Heck yes, thank you. Yes, please. And then looking at what wheels here to round out the pack, I think we took a Turtle for the board. Dreamstalker Manicore wheeling is huge. Another Aspect, or no, I grabbed the first Lead Instructor here. Third Thrill of Possibility, second Scophos War Leader, and a Portent of Betrayal to round out the deck. So here we are with a few cuts that we need to make. I think Final Flare just doesn't quite get there with where we're at, and I think we probably only need like 2 cuts here with like thinking about Amulet or Triple Thrill. It definitely came down to thinking about these 2 cards, and I ended up cutting the Amulet and going with the 3 Thrill possibilities because they played so well with the Manticore and the Lionfish. And then I'm trying to remember what my last cut was. I think things on the chopping block could be Cyclops, Aspect. That's about it. And I ended up just saying I want the creature, I want the beef. I'm going to cut the Aspect of Manicore. And then I added, I think, 9/7 islands and mountains. So something like that. Yeah, 9/7. Oh, I went 9/7 red blue. Sorry, one. So these are out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the 9 mountains. And this was the deck that we shipped. So we'll see you for the match. Okay, here we go. So you either have a nutty black deck or the person between us has a nutty black deck.
I think the person, I don't think anyone, I don't think me or you or the person between us drafted black because I shipped it all along in pack 2.
You did? Oh my god, the drag, the Myers Grasp, the drag, the Final Death.
Yeah, it all got shipped.
Wow, okay.
It all got shipped. So we're playing some good, clean, fair magic here. It was a tough draft for me.
Me too, man. Me too.
This format's hard. If you're not black, it's hard.
Right.
All right. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would.
I bet you would. I bet you would.
Oh, this hand's great.
Oh,
great.
Wow. Okay.
Triple snap keep.
All right. I will just be regular keeping.
Ooh, look, we get these fancy constellation hands, too.
I know.
It's just like a nice little hello perk.
I wonder if I'm going to punt having been playing on Arena for a week.
Oof, that's rough. Boom, baby.
Oh, you got the lion. Okay.
Got the lion. Look at you, blue-red Trixies over there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna be responsible here.
No F6ing for me, buddy.
I'm gonna attack pre-combat. Are you impressed? That felt so unnatural. All right. My New Year's resolution to not F6 is not happening.
Pretty sure I cannot beat Bronze-Hide Lion. Pretty sure I can't beat Bronze-Hide Lion. Okay, so then I guess let's do this.
That card's good.
Yeah. I have some good cards. I just don't have a good deck.
So let's do this.
Videos will be short and sweet. Hashtag so blessed.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I can't count. Hey, that's awkward.
You can kill Illyrios.
I can't kill Illyrios. What was I doing? I mathed it out. It all worked in my head. All right, Illyrios down. That's embarrassing. Smashing with his Bronze-Eyed Lion. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me.
All right.
No blocks. I like it.
What, do you want me to throw away my 3/2?
No.
Okay.
That was a yikes.
Awkward. I guess. We just did this.
Whoa, good cards.
I said I have good cards. I don't have a good deck.
Oh, you know what I did?
What did you do?
I mathed this also in my head. What I'm about to play. That was what happened.
Oh.
All right. Let's Hulk smash. I think. Yeah, that seems very good for me. Hopefully you don't have Stern Dismissal. That would be kind of a beating.
I mean, I do have Stern Dismissal, but was I supposed to? What's the beating? Play it on Glory Bearers?
Yeah, I guess. I guess they already get the trigger.
Like I can't trick you into doing it. Yeah. I think I have to do. No. Oh, hold on. Okay, so I can do this. I can kill your stinky lion.
Guess I want the reflection to die. How much does this cost to escape? 3? That was so ridiculous. And then you can bounce the aura. So I guess I want my hero to get bounced. Thinking.
Yeah, thinking.
Do you want to go in the tank?
No, I don't need to go in the tank. I've now announced that I have this card, but I don't know if I'm supposed to play it right now.
You could be on the long con here. You could not actually have it.
It's very true. Certainly possible.
I don't trust a word that comes out of your mouth.
You shouldn't.
These have gotten cutthroat.
I know. So this would be quite the performance even for me. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't.
That's worrisome.
Okay. I'll do.
Man, missing out on that 4 damage was pretty bad.
This. No, I have a lot. I have faith that you can win still. Okay. Do you have a chill button over there?
A chill button?
Just
Look, my
relax.
deck is very one-dimensional.
Just
I
relax.
play creatures and I attack with them.
Okay, so
Foot is on the gas right now.
oh, that's so awkward. Right, because of how cards work. What did I think was gonna happen? Nothing good. I thought for some reason I could kill both, but I can't. So, oh god, this is so awkward.
You thought you could pump Phoenix?
I don't know what I thought. We're both playing really well right now.
Yeah, this is high quality video entertainment.
All right, so I guess we go. Oh wait, what? Now my Magic Online is lagging. That's fun. All right, we're back. Am I allowed to block now? Yes. Okay, so what I want to do is chump.
Chump, he says. I like the sound of that.
And then dismiss the Chimera. Ping you.
Deal. Put you to 6. That was not the worst for me.
I agree. Okay. And now I guess we just do this.
Okay. Okay. You found the chill button.
Oof, found that chill button. Oh, yes. Prepare to be wrecked, Ben.
I'm ready. I deserve it for not making the right play with Warbriar Blessing.
By Scophos Maze.
Oh my god, that card's so garbage. So if you're watching this after you listen to our latest episode of Lords of Limited, that will make sense to you. We argued fiercely over that card. Look how impactful it is on this board. It's so good.
For sure.
It's worse than Loathsome Chimera. Come on.
Oh, so rude. Worse than Loathsome Chimera. No way. This can be a 6-1. Okay. Aha, the Wayfarers.
The most holiest of Wayfarers. I'm going to lose to that Gaul over the next 10 turns. Oh, ouch!
Yeah, buddy.
Whoa, not cool.
Smash.
Yep. Turn the beat around.
I mean, I still can't attack you on the ground. I mean, I guess I can, but not super effectively.
I also can't attack you in the ground. Warbriar's Blessing punt cost me the game. Them's the beats. That card having haste is really unnecessary.
I agree.
No blocks. All right, on to game 2.
Oof.
All right, we are here sideboarding after game 1. This is going to be a short and sweet video. There are going to be no changes because we don't want our transformational sideboard plan of Clothy's Design, Nyxborn Colossi. Ethan's got flyers, so we just need to curve out, beat down, and make sure we don't punt with our Warbriar Blessing. So see you in there for game 2. We'll be on the play, and let's see what we can get done.
All right, here we are for sideboarding for game number 2 against Ben. And we have a lot of cards. I just don't know if any of them are actually good against him. Maybe an Aspect. He's going to be so tricksy. Maybe a Turtle to deal with that Lion early. And maybe we don't Sleep of the Dead on the draw. These Cyclops were super awkward. I think a Trickster and maybe another War Leader. The War Leader, those stats are nice against green-white. I still think I want the counters. Still think I want the thrills. Yeah, let's give that a shot.
Yes, I would like to play first again.
That's some quick sideboarding for you.
Yeah. I'm going to stomp you. I had the tech ready to go.
Okay, that's very scary. Ben, it's my turn to say triple snap keep.
Triple snap keep over there, huh? I got an on-color duel. How about that? What do you think about that?
I think that's pretty nice for you.
I think I top that. All right.
Go.
Let's do this.
Okay, that's very scary.
It's a good card.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, hello.
No Chimera, please.
Yeah, no Chimera, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Maybe that was wrong. If you play like a Typhon here.
So, oh, that was bad.
You have a 4-power creature?
No.
No.
I just was like
Oh, really?
thinking about something, and I could have made a play that was better, I think.
This is so awkward.
Yeah.
So if you have like... Wow, that's a pretty sweet little combo there for you. All right, I take it, I guess.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, you're not bluff attacking with the Nessian Hornbeetle, so...
You know.
I know. A man like you, I know.
It's the Wild West over here. I'm facing down a Phoenix of Ash. I gotta make desperate plays.
Yeah.
What is this? Do you have stupid Flash of the Manticore? Aspect of the Manticore, whatever it's called? I don't buy this. If you want to spend your whole turn killing my Glory Bearers, more power to you.
I think I do.
That feels great.
All right.
Boom.
I think because of this, that is fine.
Because of what?
I'm talking to the viewers.
Oh, well, just sidebar away, why don't you?
I shall.
Get in here with your cheater rare. Ugh. Ugh. All right.
You have gone wide, my friend.
You're going wide.
The wideness is not to be denied here.
That's awkward. All right. Let's turn him sideways.
Ouchies.
Hmm. What do I need to do here? I guess just...
Sure would be nice if you had a Glory Bearers hanging around, wouldn't it?
It'd be fine. Oh. Get out of here. Wow. That was soul crushing.
I mean, but you did tell me you had it when you attacked with the Hornbeetle.
I know. I'm not like I'm not upset about that. That's just the game, I think. Like I was not feeling great about my chances without you having Stern Dismissal.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'd put you to 2 there, but I'd have had. I mean, you might have been able to. You might have had to hold Phoenix back, but I think you could have stabilized.
Yeah. All right, I guess.
Man, I want to jam more games with these decks. I don't think my deck did a good showing. I guess that's partially because of the pilot.
All right.
Whoa.
What do you mean, whoa?
Oh, you're at a lot lower life total. Oh, okay. I still got the. I only missed out on 3 damage there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You still get the heroic.
I just looked at your life total. I was so impressed about Stern Dismissal.
You're like, I could have put you to 2. I'm like, yeah, I'm at 5.
Okay. Makes me feel a little better. So you're what, holding up Deny the Divine here?
Yes, I am.
You activated my trap card.
Stop it.
Didn't even want that on the battlefield.
You have eyes now?
I wish.
I was like, what do you have for 1 white? Okay.
Okay.
Still gonna play it safe here.
Yeah, I think that's smart of you.
Play it a little safe. Okie dokie.
All in. Oh, rude. What are you shooting, my hero? Oh, the horn beetle.
Oh, horn beetle.
How safe do you feel?
I don't feel safe. I feel unsafe. No. Okay. The old upkeep crack. How do you like him, Ben?
I didn't like him.
Bottom.
Bottom. Your turn?
Caca.
Double goal. Wow. Just playing it like you're not. I guess I should have attacked with Chimera there. No, that's not even true. Much flying, very wow.
Question is, yeah, I should still be like if you have Wardbriar Blessing, dupe. That kills 1. I have 3, so I go to 1.
Please tell me you say dupe in your head when you're doing math at GPs too.
Dupe. I don't say it in my head. I say it to my opponent. Maximum intimidation.
Only one dupe?
Only one dupe. I have a follow-up dupe.
All right. We're going to send in the dupes over here.
Oh, no. Okie dokie. Block.
You go.
What are you tapping for there? You
Nothing.
Silly goose.
I'm conceding.
All right.
Good games. Yep, your deck was sweet.
Good luck. I can't wait to see your draft log.
Yeah, it was interesting. I want to check yours out as well.
Thanks for hanging out, folks. If you haven't already, go ahead, click that subscribe button. Give us a little thumbs up. Shoot something into the comments. Let us know about the dupes if you made it to the end of the video, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.